Welcome, my friends from around the world. I'm Carolee, and I help to bring you clarity through life's toughest challenges and greatest joys. I'm so excited to be here with you on this beautiful sunny day in Canada. It is like 12 degrees outside in November. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Oh, wow. Okay, so for those of you that know me, I am still going to try out this new just channeled messages. We're going to talk to spirit about whatever the collective, my collective, needs to know right now instead of a pick a card. And instead of having like a theme, just talking to God, talking to spirit, talking to source, angels, ancestors, whoever needs to come through. Let's just clear out some of the energies and call them in. Source, God, divine spirit, universe, angels, ancestors, whoever wants to come in for the party that we're about to have. Talking to God, talking to source, party. I don't know. I'm in a great mood today. This morning I woke up in a different mood and I went outside and I really enjoyed the sun and it really shifted my energy, so it's great. What I did do, I'm going to keep doing this because I do want to eventually make my own like oracle cards or just like cue cards, is channeled some messages, and then when I do make the new cards, I'm going to pick some of the messages that really stand out, that are more universal, that I can use over and over again. Or some administrative stuff that you don't really need to know about, but I just feel like sharing because you're my friends from around the world and we're connected in some way. So yeah, I did pull a few cards from Carolyn Meiss's archetype deck, so we're going to look at those as well. I don't know, what should I do first, you guys? What should I read first? Let's do the archetype cards that came out, and then we'll do these cards 222 on the timer right now. There's a big changes. I'm going to write that down, big changes, because I feel like there's big changes in the air for my collective. And it has a lot to do with healing those inner wounds that have kept you stuck for a really long time, or kept you in the past, or kept you in a state of isolation or stuckness, or repeating old cycles over and over and over again. Like, you don't need that anymore. I feel like there's big changes that are happening in the, like, for you or for this pile or this message or whatever right now. So big changes are something that are really important. It has a lot to do with healing, though, those old wounds that cause the patterns of thinking and behaviors and whatever. Okay, so let's just go get to it. And then we'll pull some tarot cards, and then maybe some more oracle cards. What did I... Oh, sugar. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're right there. I couldn't see them. Oh my god. Okay. It's like, where are my cards? Where are the things I brought up? Okay. So the first thing that I heard was talk to me. And then I'll always reference this paper. See, I wrote down a bunch of different things. First thing I heard was talk to me, and then Eminem's Lose Yourself song, but specifically the phrase, the FCC won't let me be, or let me be me, so let me see. And but then it sort of went to, she won't let me be me. So it could be, or he won't let me be me. It's like, or even the world or the systems that you're in or the environment that you're in, they haven't let you be yourself, or maybe you felt like you couldn't be yourself in the environment or with the people that you've been with or been around, masculine, feminine, or other. It doesn't matter, non-gender specific. But it's like looking at Eminem's whole. I mean, I grew up with Eminem, but it's like listening to his music. But it's like, look at the trajectory of his life and his music, and having to learn really difficult lessons about who do you trust, who do you allow into your space, how many times do you forgive people for hurting you, and keeping them in your space. At what point do you make yourself and your own healing a priority, and your own work and your own life a priority, and let all the haters, all the people go that don't see you for who you are, who don't value you. Don't lose yourself, I think, is an important thing. Like, maybe you've lost yourself for a long time and now are coming back to yourself, or fighting. I'm seeing somebody really fighting to come back to themselves, maybe for the first time in this life, coming back to who you really are, and letting go of toxic energies and people who aren't serving your highest good, and who have kept you stuck in this state of stagnation, or this state of the not self, if you follow human design theory, like in this state of not being yourself, being a false self to prove something to other people. Maybe even feeling as if you have, saying something about like feeling as though you have something to prove to yourself, but really what it is it's masking you proving yourself to other people. Maybe still people pleasing, but disguised as, oh, I'm doing this for myself, but really you're still people pleasing. You're still proving something to other people instead of really aligning with what you want. What's good for you, what's good for your family, what's good for the people that you actually love, and the people that love you like truly and authentically, and you're, the real you, not this like fake version that you project onto the world in order to be loved, in order to receive love and affection, and or money, or whatever it is, right? Whatever you're doing, whatever you're masking in order to gain something, right? Taking off the mask. I'm seeing someone like taking off the mask and ready to like show their true self. So they're showing me the Phantom of the Opera. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I don't think it's a big deal anymore. I even have it must still play, right? It's a classic. But just taking off that mask, and even though underneath the mask is not hideous, but like wounded, right, and scarred, but being able to show somebody else that wounded, scarred version of yourself and have them really still love you and care about you anyways. I mean, that's the greatest gift that any of us can experience in this life, is somebody else who can attune to us and love us and see us no matter who we are and what we've done, where we come from, and still want to like welcome us into their space. It's such, and I just heard a knock on the wall, which is rare, but like that's confirmation for me from the universe, spirit, God, whatever. Okay, so that I heard brick and mortar. So like maybe a brick and mortar business. We'll get into the tarot and see what this is about, but brick and mortar I heard, or foundation. But I heard foundation, and then I heard foundation again as I kept going through this foundation, and it was like underlined. So like building a foundation, or creating a solid foundation to build from, this brick and mortar thing, like a home, maybe building a home, maybe building a business, a brick and mortar business, something like that. We'll see. And then I heard lots of love to give, freedom, joy, the silly games we play for love or attention. Joy Luck Club. I've never read the book and I don't even know what it's about, but maybe that means something to you. The Joy Luck Club. If you've read it, comment below, because I feel like I heard honking outside. So I don't know. Maybe I need to Google it after, the Joy Luck Club, and what it's about and why they're referencing it. But if you know and you're watching this, comment below and let me know if it like makes sense to you or why it might be connected to this reading. And then I heard Nostradamus. And then I heard religion is a farce, and we could like talk about that, but like the religion, just the structure of religion, maybe the foundation of religion, maybe the foundation that religious practices are built upon is false. That could be something we'll talk about. We'll look, because I did pull one of the cards that did pop out. The first card that popped out was nun, or monk. Nun, light attributes, selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. Shadow attributes, negative judgment of the physical world, excess piety. So that's interesting. And then actually it's funny because I had monk, nun, servant, light attribute, delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Shadow attribute, using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. Wow, okay. And then at the bottom of the deck we had exorcist. Light attribute, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. And shadow attribute, fear of facing your own demons. So, I mean, definitely a lot around, not necessarily religion, but maybe the foundation of what religious beliefs and practices are built upon, and maybe returning back to basics. I think I heard that in another reading, like getting back to basics. Big changes, so we talked about that. Yeah, just let me be me is really big here. Being yourself, maybe even like worshiping God or worshiping the divine or spirit or Gaia or whatever it is that is you're aligned with, your truth, your higher power, even if it is your own heart, your own self, which is God in its essence, its most pure form, is you in your heart. But just being yourself is all God, source, spirit, Gaia, energy, Isa, not Isis. Why I always say Isa? Saint Isa was like Jesus was referred to as Saint Isa when he was traveling. But what was I thinking of? Anyway, anything else here? And then I heard, I don't know why, just say no. Like, just say no. And it could be about setting boundaries with some toxic people, the energies that are around you that you've been like playing into, that, or people pleasing in order to be accepted by a group. It's like, just say no to whatever it is that you feel really uncomfortable with, but maybe you're going along with anyways because it just feels comfortable, or it feels like you can't beat them, might as well join them kind of energy. And then I wrote to dope, like don't just say no to dope. But I don't know if they still have, like, I don't have cable, like I don't watch TV a lot really, but what single mom has time to watch like TV unless you stay up late? And then when you do, then you're like, oh my god, I'm so tired. I've also been catching up on some sleep, so maybe that's why I'm in a much better mood, but probably has a lot to do with it. But what was I saying? Oh, commercials. When I was a kid, they had those like just say no to drugs commercials, or only you can prevent forest fires, right? And we're not even going to get into like the forest fire situation and like, all that stuff right now. That's just a heavy load, a big load, a heavy load I don't want to get into in this reading. Okay, so we have these 3 cards. I'm going to leave them out so we can look at them. The overall energy, though, is about returning to self. After a long time of living in the shadows, they're saying. All of these cards are mostly in the upright. The monk, selfless devotion, and single-minded dedication to spirit. Living as your authentic self is living single-minded in dedication to spirit. Because your natural gifts, who you are, your essence, was the intention. That's spirit. So, the universe's source's intention was to you to show up as your authentic self and live in that authentic state of being and do whatever it is that you feel inspired to do. Like me reading tarot, or, helping people heal. I've always been a healer. I've always been like a light worker. I've always been somebody who wanted to help, even as a mediator. When I was living in Toronto, and I was in grade 2, because when I was in grade 3 to like out of in the suburbs, but I was living in Toronto and I wanted to be a mediator. Like they had this, I can't remember what it was called, but we had this program, all the students who wanted to be a part of it, you could be a mediator on the playground, and then if kids were having some conflict, they could come to you and ask for help and help you like mediate between conflicts with other kids, which was pretty cool, right? Back then, I mean, that's ahead of their time, I think. But I had signed up for it. I think I was too young at the time, though. Like, I think they said, yes, Kara, you could do it. But then at the same time, I was also too young. Like, how could I possibly help resolve conflicts? Okay, Magician at the bottom of the deck here. Yeah, magical light worker, doing the work, doing spirit, God's work. I'm hearing doing God's work. You're here to do God's work. 222 on the clock. Like, you are here to do God's work, whatever that work is for you. If it's building a foundation of some kind, if it's building a brick and mortar business that's going to bring people, that's going to serve people in some way, right? Whatever it is for you that brings you freedom and joy, that makes your not even freedom in financial terms, and yes, that goes along with aligning with your true and authentic self, but what brings you joy is going to bring you freedom. Oh, that's good. I'm going to write that down. Oh, spirit messages. What brings you joy brings freedom. You can quote spirit on that one. Yeah. 555 on the timer. Big changes. Oh my God, didn't I write that? Big changes? I did. Okay, so we have the magician. And then which way do you want me to write this, spirit? Or which way do you want me to? Okay, King of Swords. These cards just kind of came out really easily. I don't use the Rider-Waite deck often. Oh, they switched it. Okay, and the High Priestess. So King of Swords, High Priestess, the Magician at the bottom of the deck, the Lovers. Again, big changes, big choices. Clarity with the King of Swords, also air energy. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. The Lovers, Gemini. Ace of Pentacles. In the advice position, I don't always use like traditional layouts. Sometimes I just go with the flow and see what the message is, but when they give me 5 cards, I usually read it as in like the current situation, kind of like your perceptions, or right, sort of like current situation, perceptions, or your current ideas about something, or viewpoint, maybe hidden information, advice, and then like the outcome, typically. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, and then honking outside, and then the 8 of Wands. So something is definitely moving really fast at the end of all of this, coming in very quickly, very soon with the Magician card. Something that you have been manifesting, or maybe you've really been thinking about a lot, having clarity on, working towards having clarity about who you are in this world, what you want to show up as, how you want to serve. Our manifestations come in a lot faster when we're using our magical powers, and all of us have the same magical powers to help humanity, right? I find that someone said today, I was watching a tarot reader today, and she was like, you know what? These people doing black magic in order to get something from somebody else, or keep somebody stuck to them, or binding other people to them and derailing other people's lives and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy that people do that. I've never, besides maybe when I was a kid and we did like seances for fun and watch The Craft and whatever, I've never practiced, like, I do meditations, right, and visualizations and kind of manifestation practices sometimes, but never like black magic or dark magic where I'm like purposely going in to manipulate somebody else's energy. Like, come on, who really does that? Who has time for that, A? And you must feel really down about yourself in order to believe that you need to do that. But this reader was talking about how truly, like, high priestesses, real high priestesses, spiritual people, light workers, light bringers, earth angels, all these people who are here doing this type of work, bringing the message of the universe, bringing God's message and love and light and healing to the world, because the world needs it. This earth plane really needs it badly. But those of us that are sent here to do this type of work, we don't need to use ceremonies in order to go in and manipulate the energy. Like, we don't need to light a candle to do anything. We don't need to get all these crystals. Like, I have crystals out here, but like, I have my angel aura quartz here. I just love it. And then I have some shungite and some hematite and some rose quartz and some tiger's eye and, clear quartz and stuff just kind of out here with my candle. I just love the ambiance of it. But we don't have to go in to manipulate energies or like we can just literally go into the throne room or go and talk to the angels and literally just be like, hey guys, this is what I'm dealing with. Can you please help me? And depending on what's for everybody's highest good, they'll either help in the way that I'm asking them to help or they'll do it in a different way. But at the end of the day, everything always works out. And that's what Abraham Hicks talks about. At the end of the day, everything works out for your highest good no matter what, even if it's a really painful lesson. It doesn't have to be as painful as a lot of us make it. And it's not that we intentionally make our lives difficult, right? We don't intentionally do that. Nobody's born to be like, I want to have a really terrible experience here. I mean, souls come and you want to learn certain lessons, but to repeat the lessons over and 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 over again, it's just insanity. We don't come here to do that. We get trapped and we get stuck in these 3D bodies, in these human bodies that are designed to survive, because we are still animals, right? Like we still have these limbic systems, these animal brains that get conditioned to survive in certain ways. I'm not going to, sometimes I go into it, sometimes I don't in these readings, but the idea is that we're not supposed to get trapped in that. We're supposed to learn lessons, but not necessarily get trapped. And I don't know. Oh, right. I was talking about like light workers and then like black magic stuff. It's crazy, like people. But anyway, so this reader was talking about how light workers or true high priestesses with angels, right? We don't have to go in and do all these ceremonies or do the black magic rituals in order to get the things that we are aligned with, in order to manifest certain things, right? We just have to go in directly and talk to spirit, source, energy, and then ask for the things, and then they're given to us in a matter of speaking, right? And again, it's always for our highest good. So it doesn't always manifest the way that we want them to manifest or in the time we want them to manifest, especially if, let's say, you're trying to manifest a specific person, let's say, and they have their own lessons that they have to go through. And so you either can wait for them or move on and see what happens, right? I don't know. That's not really what I wanted to talk about though today. So let's see. King of Swords, High Priestess, the Lovers, Ace of Pentacles, and I feel like I need like a general clarifier because this could be about anything. I think that what this is about getting clear. Oh, right. That's where I was at. I got a little sidetracked. I'm sorry. This is about getting clear on who you are. Make those big changes that you need to make in order to show up authentically and serve in humanity's highest good. And how you do that, it's not about trying to figure out, how can I make the most money? Or, what service can I offer that's going to make me the most money? And not even necessarily like, how can I do the most good, right? The biggest impact. Not everybody's here to make this big, huge impact on the entire planet, right? We're not all here to do that. And sometimes in those cases, the people with even the best intentions when they first enter into this world with those intentions can end up getting corrupted by, greed, or absolute power corrupts absolutely, right? Unfortunately. And it's not necessarily that that's what's intended, but we can easily get lost in the greed, in the material world, when we lose our anchor, our foundation. When we lose our foundation, it's easy to get lost. But spirit, God, source energy is always there to welcome you back in. Come back into the light. So maybe this is all about manifestation with the magician at the bottom of that. What are you trying to manifest? Get clear with the King of Swords. The King of Swords is like all about clarity. Right? Like, I know exactly what I want. And being wise, not just about clarity, but it's like becoming wise through experience. And it's not even about like looking at this card, using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward in life with the servant card here, right? It's so easy to say, I don't have enough in order to do X, Y, and Z. And sometimes, depending on what it is that you want to do, that's true. But where there's a will, they're saying where there's a will, there's a way. And so really getting clear with the King of Swords energy here, getting clear on what is it that you want? What is it that your soul is wanting for you? What is it that you were born to do? What do you love? What brings you joy? What lights you up inside? What makes you feel free? Even if it doesn't set you free right away in terms of financial freedom or whatever it is, but what lights you up will bring you freedom if you align with it. And if you do the work with the magician is also about doing the work necessary and needed in order to align with your true and authentic self, in order to bring the thing that you're meant to bring into this world. It doesn't have to be a business. Like, it doesn't have to be that. It could be just literally your lovely, beautiful, shining face, right? Spreading love and joy, just being. I know somebody who, all those like noises outside. So my sister's boyfriend, my brother and I were talking about him, and because he's just like this, he is very well connected. He knows a lot. He has like a ton of friends, knows a lot of people, just a really social, friendly, easygoing person. And my brother was like, we were talking about it, and then we're like, where's, I won't say like their names just for privacy reasons, but they're like, where's X, right? I'll just call him X. Where's X? When X comes here, it's like, X is here. Thank God, right? Like just that sort of energy. And, even Aria, like my daughter, oh my gosh, like she walks into her, and this is ever since she was in kindergarten, goes into the class and is just like greeted with love. Like people are just like, Aria, oh my God, Aria. Like everywhere we go, people just love her, bring her presents. Like she's just somebody who lights up a room. And maybe even that, like even if that is your essence, what you're supposed to be doing, really loving that about yourself and not worrying so much about the money, because the money will come. As long as you're lit up inside about whatever it is that you're doing, the money will be there. And sometimes it doesn't show up like this right away. Like these manifestation coaches talking about, you can manifest money in 24 hours. Well, yeah, but it takes time to get there. It takes time to be aligned, to be that affluent energetically, to manifest that quickly, to tap into yourself, to really believe that you deserve it and that you're worthy of it, and to set up the systems that will generate that type of money while you sleep. And I don't think that this is just about money, because we have the monk and we have the servant here, and this is about like doing God's work, doing the divine's work, doing your soul's work, completing your mission, fulfilling your soul's purpose here. With the High Priestess card here, like you're very intuitive. This could be about, I'm going to get some clarifiers. Feeling your way. I'm also seeing somebody like feeling their way in the dark. We don't always have all of the answers right away. And sometimes we have to feel through the dark, or our own darkness, through deception even. I'm seeing misconceptions, so misconceptions and deceptions of the 3D world. A high priestess needs to know how to navigate the 3D realm, this earth plane, with just her senses. And I say her because it's the high priestess, but gender doesn't matter, right? We have to navigate even when there's doubt, even when there's fear, even when there's the unknown, even when we don't have all the information. We still have to move. We still have to go. We still have to walk. We still have to, move forward and carry on with our lives. We have to master our own shadows. Is that the Torah she's holding? With our scripture in hand. Whether or not you read scripture or not, right? The only thing that we have to guide us is the word of God, the word of the universe. And if we don't have a physical paper in front of us, like scriptures or whatever, and you don't follow it, and that's not a problem, because the scripture is in your heart. It is you. You are the scripture. You are the light. you are the messenger of God, you know, like you are that. And that's how we master our shadows, right? Is aligning with our light, with our love. No matter where we've been, what we've done, self-forgiveness is really important. Self-love, self-compassion, compassion for ourselves for doing things when we were in our wounded state, right? You didn't know what you were doing when you were, 18 years old being crazy. Like you were operating from the conditioning that you experienced up until that point. And this isn't true for everybody, not everybody has trauma, not everybody has a lot of pain. But the world that we live in, there's still a lot of doubt and fear. There's a lot of anxiety about being enough. And not even just to our parents, even if your parents love you unconditionally and don't care what you do, they just love you so much, there's still this world that we are experiencing, that we grow up in. Teachers, right, influence us. Teachers have a big impact on who we are and how we show up in the world. Just ask Oprah. When you listen to Oprah's story about how she became Oprah, right? One of the wealthiest women in the world, most impactful women in the world. Whatever you think about Oprah, right? That's besides the point. How did she get to where she is? Well, she had a lot of people help her along the way. Teacher speaks about teacher in, I think, university, and like journalist university, either a journalist teacher or somebody like that who saw something in her that maybe she didn't see in herself and inspired her to become what she is today, who really helped her and supported her. We need those people in our lives. And if we don't have them, whether they're our parents or somebody else who's influential for us, when we don't have them, it's also easy to get lost in our own darkness, in our own doubts and fears. That's a whole big story there. But anyway, so we have the High Priestess, the Lovers. The Lovers is about, I look at it as soul alignment, but it's also about choices. So making choices in the dark that are going to lead you to your Ace of Pentacles. So like, oh my God, the sun is so nice. I love it. Four of Wands, to your stability, to your security. Four of Wands, and the Hierophant. And then Nine of Materials, or Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here. So Four of Inspiration, Four of Wands, the Hierophant, is about, it's about fulfilling a purpose with the Hierophant there. It could be about tradition, spiritual knowledge, spiritual awareness, fulfilling a spiritual contract. Justice card, I didn't pull many cards yet, but something like that. The Four of Inspiration, it is stability. Four of Wands is about stability. It's also about commitment. These two cards are about commitment. With the Ace of Pentacles, it could be about marriage too. With the Lovers and the Ace of Pentacles and the Hierophant and the Four. This could be very well be a divine union, right? With the Magician and the High Priestess, and somebody, really having a clarity on I don't know. This feels more general to me, but the Four of Wands is about stability, security. It could be about celebration, community as well. Leading, being a leader of a community as well. With the Hierophant there, leading, being a spiritual teacher, a spiritual master. This is about mastery, being a spiritual master of the soul. And leading people on that journey with the Ace of Pentacles there. And then as you're leading people, stepping into that role of mentor, of guru, right? I don't like the word guru though. It has some negative connotations when you look at certain people who have abused that role. And I don't love using that word, right? Because that does easily happen. Absolute power can corrupt, absolutely, if they're not grounded in your foundation of truth and belief, right? If you, what is the saying? If you don't believe in something, you fall for anything. And that's true, right? If you don't have that solid foundation of self, of belief in yourself or in something bigger than yourself and that you are a part of and come from, then it's easy to be manipulated and swayed and pulled away from your path if you don't have that foundation. So this is, it could be that you are a spiritual master, or you are working on that sort of mastery so that you can become a leader and you can lead people to salvation or to truth or to some sort of knowledge and awareness of some kind. King of Swords is also, could be a professor of some kind. He's also, it's more of an authority figure, so it could be, a legal authority of some kind, but I'm not getting that here. It's more of like somebody who has a lot of clarity and who's wise through experience. It's somebody who is a leader, but not because they went to school for it. He's a leader because he's experienced enough to be that leader, right? You don't become a general in the army or whatever the high-ranking official is, a colonel or whatever. You don't become that from going to school, right? You have to go through the ranks in order to reach that level. The same thing with the King of Swords. He's wise because he's lived through a lot of stuff and has clarity, even discernment, and can see clearly even other people and their intentions and motivations, and is able to communicate really effectively, and not because he's just a good speaker, but because he's wise from the experience, from like real life knowledge, school of life. What is that? The school of hard knocks, right? Having learned a lot, experienced through experience. Whatever it is. All right, so I was talking with the Lovers, and then I was shuffling and these came out. So choices about what you're going to do, how you're going to move forward in alignment with your true and authentic self. That's going to bring you stability and knowledge. And if you're looking for that sort of traditional life, or building a new tradition, or building a new foundation for yourself and your family, follow your inner divine guidance, and that will set you free. What are you here to do? How can you serve? What was this other one? The Exorcist at the bottom. Freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. So yeah, again, the same sort of thing. If you're a Hierophant, if you're a guru, if you're a leader, a spiritual leader of some kind, even if you're a manager, right? A manager, you lead a team or you lead other people doing whatever. The idea is to free yourself and others of destructive impulses, to help other people align with their path. Maybe you're a shaman. This person looks like a shaman, right? Helping people let go of their demons, forgive themselves and others who put them on that path, so that they can become who they're meant to be. But before you can do that for other people, you have to do that for yourself. And I think that if you're not there yet, you're on that path with the Magician and the King of Swords, like you've gained some sort of clarity already. This is in not the distant past, but this is where you're at right now. You've gained all this clarity about who you are and what you're meant to be and what you want. And you're very clear on what it is that you want and the steps that you want to take in order to get there with the King of Swords. And the Ace of Pentacles here, that's your advice, is to, the Ace of Pentacles in the advice section is to just, I think, keep going. Keep it moving, keep it flowing. And as you continue on this journey with the Magician card, as you continue to do the work, as you continue to make those right steps in the right direction, aligned with your spiritual truth, in the dark, even when you don't know what it is that you're doing, or you feel like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, or where this is leading me, it's going to lead you to where you're meant to be, as long as you keep aligning with yourself, with your heart. And again, if you align with your heart, you're automatically aligning with God, with source energy, with the universe, with Gaia, with whatever it is that you believe in, your angels, spirit guides. And that's going to bring you joy when you live through your heart space, when you make the decisions, when you're in alignment with your true and authentic self. You take action when you're in alignment with your true and authentic self, and that's going to bring you a lot of abundance, surprises, like surprising abundance I'm hearing as well. Whoa, yeah, look at that. That just popped out. Oh my God, the Lovers again at the bottom. Lovers. Ooh. When it's not, it could be a divine counterpart, union, right? Or a divine counterpart, twin flame, soulmate connection. But it's also about being in alignment with yourself, for me, the Lovers, and choices. But making choices when you're in alignment is going to bring you all of the abundance that you need in order to continue and fulfill your mission here, whatever it is that you're meant to do or want to do. What did we get here? Okay, so we have awakening. This popped upright. These were all upright, but this one was like facing up. So this is also about decisions, choices, and alignment, but it's like spirit awakening you to who you actually truly and authentically are. This is about spirit. Look at the heart. This light is coming from her heart space, is guiding her. God is guiding her through her heart space. And when you follow that guidance, it brings you to your ultimate fulfillment and whatever it is that you want. Even if you don't know exactly what it is that you want, God, source, spirit, whatever, your higher power is bringing you there as long as you're following your heart. When you second guess your heart, you're second guessing God, source, spirit, universe, angels. When you ask for guidance and they show you the way and you say, nah, I think you're wrong. I'm going to go this way. And then bad things happen or you get stuck. Sometimes stuck is divine intervention. Being stuck is divine intervention. Most of the time it is, or when you don't get exactly what it is that you want, it's not necessarily what you actually want, it's what you think you want from the conditioning that you've experienced. Okay, so we have that. And then the Knight of Cups. And the Muse of Inspiration. King of Wands. The Knight of Emotions is could be about offers. So it could be about people making, with the Ace of Pentacles here, it could be about people when you're in your divine purpose and alignment, offers pour in. Money, abundance, that's what we mean by people recognizing you and wanting to work with you, wanting to be around you, wanting to see you, wanting to hang out with you, all the right things all at the right time come in for you. And the King of Wands is that spiritual, not necessarily spiritual, but that leader, that visionary, energy. Has a plan, follows through, inspires people, is very charismatic, friendly, right? Spreads joy, knows how to motivate people to follow them, not just force, and it's not forceful. The Muse of Inspiration or the King of Wands in the upright is not forceful. He inspires, he attracts energy. Other people come to him. He doesn't need to go and chase after people. People come to him. I say him because the King of Wands, but it does, again, gender doesn't matter. Let's put our head, look at this. Let's put our heads together and figure it out. Showing people the way through their fiery, passionate energy, through their passion. When you are passionate about something, others are drawn to you naturally. Now, again, we were talking about twin flame, soulmates, divine connections a little bit. And there is this kind of message here where somebody maybe has clarity and is actually trying to manifest you, collective, my collective. Like, it's like this person has some clarity on what it is that they want. And they're doing the work with the Magician at the bottom of the deck here to go after what it is that they want, right? With the Knight of Emotions and the King of Wands and the Lovers and the Hierophant and the Four of Wands. This is like marriage kind of written all over it. This is like a proposal kind of energy with the Ace of Pentacles there. It's like I'm seeing like a ring, like somebody's like literally wanting to propose to you. So that if you're watching this wanting to see a love message, then there is that here. Like, we have the marriage card here, we have the commitment card, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is like a proposal, a whole new brand new beginning. We have the Lovers coming up twice. The Lovers came out twice. And then the Knight of Emotions, which Knight of Cups, which is the like offer card, someone coming and bringing you an offer of love, like their cup literally. And the Muse of Inspiration, this is someone who's also very dedicated to their path, dedicated to being that supportive person who's going to support you in your dreams, who's going to inspire you to follow your dreams as well. Like, you know, so there's that if you're looking for that. And then the Eight of Wands at the end, this is like things are coming in 555 on the timer. Things are coming in like wicked fast. Like, this is moving at a really fast pace, which is pretty cool. Or things are going to move really quickly soon. The outcome is just like, it could be communication, it could just things are starting to really flow, or you're really stepping into your flow. So again, it just depends on what it is that you're asking about in this. But if this is about you and your purpose, with the High Priestess there, I look at that as sort of like a purpose card of stepping into your intuition, following your intuition, even when you don't know what the outcome is going to be. Even when you're fumbling around in the dark. Even when you think all is lost. You're like, Eminem never gave up. Even when the odds were stacked against him. Even now, like, he's still a legend. You know, maybe he's made a lot of mistakes, but he's constantly forgiven because he inspires people. And he is that rags to riches story. And he never gave up. No matter what. Addiction didn't stop him. Abuse didn't stop him. Trauma didn't stop him. Right? He even adopted kids, like people, like really created a community, right? A toxic ass community that he was in didn't stop him. And maybe, you know, he's not at the top of his game now, but like he's earned the right to not be at the top of his game. You know what I mean? Oh my God, like the Star card. Look at all these freaking cards, you guys. Like, how many? 47 on the timer. Yeah, like protection, divine inspiration, hope, fulfillment, dreams coming true. Like, all of your dreams coming through. 6 of Materials at the bottom, 6 of Pentacles. Literally the universe, God, source energy, your angels are all supporting you right now. Like, they all have your back because you have clarity, follow through, making choices in alignment with your true self, even in the dark, even when you don't know what's going to happen, even when all the odds are stacked against you. Like, you haven't lost yourself, or even maybe when you did lose yourself, you came back to yourself. That's the most important thing. It doesn't matter if you get off track. All that matters is that you come back to yourself. No matter what other people are saying to you, let those haters hate. F off, seriously. Like, you don't know me. The World. Oh my God, the World, Page of Emotions, intuition. The World. Cycles are closing out. Cycles of all that toxic stuff. All that was before is no more. That's what I'm hearing. Oh, I gotta write that one down too. That's a good one for my deck. This is fun. All that was before is no more. Whew. I love this. Okay. I know I'm at the beginning. I'm not the beginning, but I've done the same thing, you know, had a lot of doubts and fears about, okay, so the page of the world and the page of cups at the bottom of the deck. So it could be, yeah, all that was before is no more. All the toxic stuff is gone. Cycles are closing out. It could be new love coming in with the page of emotions after a lot of heartache. Three of Swords underneath of that. So it could be like new love or love coming in after some deception or some betrayal or a lot of pain and trauma and heartache, right? This new love, this new zest, new lease on life. That's a good one too. I mean, I know that's, you know, not a new saying. Did I bring, oh, I was gonna, meh. Queen of Inspiration, the Devil at the bottom of the deck right now. Yeah, you've mastered the darkness, or you're about to, or you're in the process of doing that. The darkness within, the doubts, the fears, the wounds, right? And you've alchemized that, used it to your advantage to leap, like leaps and bounds, to make leaps and bounds. If you're not doing it right now, you're about to. And I heard like you beat the devil at their own game. Last night I did some soul work on somebody. Or was it this morning? I can't even remember anymore. But it was literally like the demon energy feeding on them. Because I do Reiki on people sometimes. Depends on if their soul is open to it. I don't really do Reiki as a practitioner. I don't offer that service. But I'll do it if I feel that somebody needs it, someone I care about. And so I went in and I was like, and the devil energy, the darkness, literally had this black, it looked like a black ooze or like a curtain, but it was a wet liquid. And it was literally the light being separated by the darkness with this black curtain or black liquid. And it's like, when I always think of this darkness that feeds on our wounds, on the people who are really wounded and sort of acting out, when I look at the energy, it looks like Hexus from Ferngully, like that black tar, sticky and gooey and slimy. It's very tar-like. And so there was this like black, liquidy, gunky curtain, right? And I went through it, and it was like all of these demons. I don't know if you've seen The Witcher, like I think it was the first season. There was that one episode with that like vampire bat thing that was feeding on that guy, his old friend who ended up being like a bad guy, and so he let the thing feast on him. But right, but there was a scene where this thing is like just feasting. This guy would like allow this demon to just feast on him because he felt so terrible about himself, and so it was like, oh, where was I going with this? I was tapping into that. I don't know why I brought that up. I was talking about something, and now everything that was before, all that was before is no more. That's funny. Oh, beating the devil. What was I talking about? Beating the devil at their own game, at his own game. And going in, and the devil, you know, and trying to help this person, bring them out of that scenario, right, where these demons are just feasting on his light, feasting on their light and their soul and stuff, and trying to bring this person out. And then the vision went from being in this like room, it almost looked like a club, like a dance club or something. It looked like a club, but it was just demons, like a feasting on these energies, and it was crazy. And I can't remember, what was it? I wanted to say like the darkness or the devil kind of energy kind of laughed and said something to me and I can't remember what it was. As I was bringing this soul kind of out of this, from this the club dark energy into the light space, and what was it that he said when I did that? Oh, it was just like laughing. Like, have you ever seen Legend with Tim Curry as the devil and Tom Cruise, like back in the day, years ago? It was like that kind of devil, like, ha ha ha, like you might have won this battle, but you're not going to win the war kind of thing. And I was just like, not phased. Look at this Page of Cups. And the sun at the bottom. And then the Four of Swords underneath of that. Yeah. That came out, the sun. I don't know, whatever it is that you guys are wanting or going through or have been through, the message I think of this whole reading is all that was before is no more. Like love, joy, abundance. Following your intuition. The Page of Cups is also about following your intuition. Stepping into alignment, receiving messages, downloads from the divine, and following through without fear. And I mean, fear, there's a healthy level of fear, right? You know, God gave us fear to protect us, or we, evolved, whatever you want to, whatever you believe in, evolution. We evolved, fear in us evolved to help keep us safe. Doesn't matter. It's all the same to me. I always say, like, we don't really know what's waiting for us on the other side until we die, and by then it doesn't really matter. If we do reincarnate, we don't really remember our past lives, not all the times. Like, I believe in reincarnation and I do remember past lives, but we don't always remember those. And so, but really at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. All that matters is following your own heart right now, in this moment, and tomorrow, and the next moment, and the day after that. And that's all the law of attraction talks about. That's the main focus is getting into alignment, meditating 15 minutes or so, and not even meditating with a purpose, just meditating, listening to sounds, just tapping into your heart space and seeing what comes up, watching the movie reel. Abraham Hicks talks about watching the movie reel. What's playing inside your mind's eye? What do you see? What are you drawn to? What does it tell you to do? What's her name? Louise Hay. She talks about looking at yourself in the mirror and just saying, how can I love you so much. Looking at yourself in the mirror, I love you so much. How can I serve you today? And then the guidance that comes through, whatever your intuition, your inner self, your higher self says to you, then do that. That's all we can do. That's the best that we can do each and every day. And every day is a new, fresh start. Today is different than yesterday. Yesterday doesn't even exist. Tomorrow doesn't exist. All we have is this present moment, which quantum physics talks about. Like, it's all integrated. Ace of Cups. Love. Creativity. Healing. That's all. Like, healing can happen instantly. And it takes some time, right? Because our bodies get conditioned and whatever. I do think that for some of you, there's like this commitment coming in, and it's going to be like surprising. Ace of Cups. So we have the Page of Cups, Eight of Cups, and then Seven of Swords, which can be about deception, but it can also be about a hidden plan, because underneath of that, under the deck, is the Knight of Pentacles, which is the card of long-term commitment or long-term gains, right? Following your heart in order to make some sort of long-term gains, taking a step every single day towards the thing that it is that you want, or the life that you want, or the feeling that you want, and being consistent every single day. I heard a quote, who was it that said it? Like, marriage, and I've never been married, but like, marriage is a choice that you make, or being with somebody is a choice that you make. Being a good mom, I can use that as a reference, like being a good mom and showing up in a certain way every single day, as much as I can, as best as I can. That's a priority for me. And I'm like that in all of my relationships, that I have. If I can, I will show up in this way. And I choose to be that person. It's a choice. And it requires effort in order to be that way, especially in this world that's full of distractions and pain and suffering and people telling you that you need to be a certain way in order to be loved and liked and happy and successful and whatever. And that's BS. It's all BS. The only thing you need to know is what your heart is telling you. That's it. Doesn't even matter what the word of God is, the Torah, the whatever. It's all in your heart. It all comes from somebody's heart anyways. That's what prophets, their inspiration is in their heart. Whether they say they literally hear it or see it or whatever, it comes from their heart. Leading people to freedom is heart-centered. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles, Four of Wands underneath of that. So again, Four of Wands comes out again. That is also, again, the marriage, commitment, community, celebration, stability, foundation card. But there's a Seven of Cups underneath of that, and the Eight of Swords. So that's like, but there's this fear of the unknown, right? So you might be afraid. You might be thinking like, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I don't know what's going to happen. But all you're meant to do is have faith in yourself. And anyone who truly loves you, right, no matter what you've done before, will see this light, Anyone who truly loves you and is in their healed self, compassionate self, who can see through all the BS, the mask, right? They will see this new, not new, but like refreshed version of you, living in alignment, living in your truth, living in your purpose, living through love, acting out of love rather than fear. Right? We'll be there to support you. I'm not going to go into like the other stuff, like why maybe you lost your way or whatever, because I don't think that message is for everybody who's watching this. But Ten of Swords came out here. So this is just like, yeah, again, all that was before is no more. And it's almost like I feel as if me saying that into the cosmos, out into the world, is basically like God saying, it's done now. Like, you're forgiven. You don't have to go to confession. Like, you could if you want to, but like, this is it. It's over. Move forward. Like, let's move on. You have other things to do. Bigger fish to fry. They're saying bigger fish to fry. Like, stop wallowing, right? If you are. I don't think that you are right now. I don't necessarily see that Five of Cups just right now. So maybe that was your energy before, sadness, feeling alone, feeling isolated, having lost a lot, having to fight a lot, having to walk away from some tower stuff, some like things that were really heavy. But the moment you decided to walk away from all of that toxic BS, your life completely shifts. As soon as you decide and you make that tiny step to move into the other direction. Okay. Oh, the Emperor. I just was going to end, and then the Emperor, and then the Ace of Pentacles, and the Sun. Wait. Holy crap. Oh my God, you guys. Oh, my alarm's going off. I have to get going anyways. This has been a long reading anyway. Alexa, off. Gotta go. So at the bottom of the deck, this is just for 333 on the timer. So expansion. The 3 is also the number of the Empress. So divine counterpart. If you're watching this and like there's an issue with your divine counterpart, this, could be a message for you. But whatever it is, the Emperor, like at the top of your effing game. Ace of Pentacles. Or what? How did it go? It was the Emperor and then the Sun under him. Joy, love, abundance, happiness, wish fulfillment. The Star was under that. Wish fulfillment, hope, alignment, gift from the universe. And then the Ace of Pentacles, like the same thing. Just being gifted a brand new life. I'm telling you, this is like you being gifted a brand new life. And you fought hard though. You fought hard with the seven of wands, and you walked away from some sort of tower moment that made you realize something knocked you down, and it made you have a lot of clarity with the King of Swords that was there, that this is not my life. This is not what I want. I want this, whatever it is. And I'm doing it. I'm going to go after it. I'm going to go after it with zest. I'm hearing like, oof. Like I'm going to go for it. And I'm going to make it work. Make it work. Make it work. All right, one more like advice, sort of energy. Whoa. Ooh, gazelle at the bottom. These all fell out, so we'll just do cunning, stealth, wolf. A wolf could be your spirit guide. It could be calling out. Look at this, how triumphant this wolf is, like howling at the moon, like calling to his tribe, calling to others, like his soulmate maybe, or calling to his tribe, or just announcing, even if you're just like announcing to the world, I'm here. What's that Beyonce song? I love it. It's I was here. I don't even know. I can't remember. Like, just like you made an impact. Just you, your energy, your essence, making that impact, cunning and stealth. You were intelligent. You moved through some really tough times. You maneuvered through obstacles in order to be where you're at. And at the end of your life, I think that this is going to be you. Triumphant, howling at the world, like I made it to the top of the mountain, conquered. King of Swords too is a conqueror, like I conquered my shadows. Not everyone can say that, and I think that that's a big message for you here. And then the gazelle was at the bottom, change and purity. So yeah, like you're changing, you're in the process of it, or you're about to see mega changes in yourself, and then once you see those mega changes in yourself, following your heart, you're going to see them in your external world, but it starts from within first. And then, yeah, the pearl, hidden gem pearl, this is also like from within, right? Wanting to maybe acknowledge your own light, or see your own light, or see a light in somebody else, or whatever. Maybe hiding from the light for a while because you felt like you weren't worthy of this gem, right? Or not realizing what a gem you are. But now finally realizing it, having clarity after going through some major storms. Maybe one more of these, and then I'll end the reading. One more, just something to end with. Cycles change. Yeah. Moon. Conquering the moon. Things are changing. Cycles are changing. The river is flowing, I'm hearing. But congratulations, you did it. And Spirit is so proud of you. Spirit, source, God, higher power, whatever. It doesn't matter. Your own heart, your own higher self. You know, be proud of yourself because you've done such a great job. And I'm proud of you. And I thank you so much for being a part of my community. Give the video a thumbs up if it resonated. Comment below, let me know. And yeah, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to stay connected with you. Have a wonderful day and enjoy the sun if you see it. Okay. Bye.